Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the Knife Center, and today we're taking a look at the new Steel Will Chatbot, a great new EDC folding knife. Let's check it out. So for the initial release, the Chatbot's going to be available with 2 different handle colors and 2 different blade finishes. They come in either black or OD green G10, each with a satin or a black stone-washed blade. And that blade itself is made out of D2, and it's made with precision with a really nice thin edge. Let's talk a little bit about D2's reputation for a minute. Now, it's a good solid steel, and it's been finding its way into more budget-oriented knives lately, which I think is a good thing, because it can hold a good edge, but it can be slightly more difficult to sharpen than some other steels. But because the Chatbot has a nice thin edge, that's actually going to make it easier to keep sharp, because you're having to deal with less material on your stone. We also get a small sharpening choil at the back, that, as the name suggests, it actually makes it easier to keep that knife sharp as well. Because there's not going to be any shoulders behind the edge that is going to hit your stone when you try to get all the way back on the heel. Overall, the drop point profile makes this a very easy knife for me to recommend, because that shape works well for just about anything. Whether you're opening boxes or letters, doing heavier cutting, or even things like food prep or hunting. The point is fine enough for piercing without giving up too much strength either. And we've got a flat grind for good slicing behavior, and a full-length swedge that removes some drag along the spine. Overall, it's just a great cutter. One more thing to note about that D2 steel is it is a semi-stainless steel, so it can patina if you're not careful. That said, it should be very easy to keep in tip-top shape, but if you are a little more concerned, then you can always go with that blackened stone-washed finish, because that blackened finish is essentially a forced patina already, which is going to help protect the surface of the steel just a little bit more. As far as deployment, we get a nice strong flipper, and we actually get bearings in the pivot, which is great to see at this price. There's no washers here. Onto the handles, as I said, we've got 2 different colors available, and they kind of have this cross-hatched pattern, which does add a little bit of extra grip, especially when you're holding tightly, but it still feels very comfortable overall. We get a liner lock to hold the blade secure, and it's nice and easy to use. And the way they've done these handles and that liner lock makes it clear that they've designed the Chatbot for lightweight carry. The liner on the back side doesn't take up the full width of the scale, only just enough width to accommodate the lock, and it extends all the way to the back. But on the front side, there's no liner at all, which removes a bit of weight, and there's still plenty enough strength in that G10 for what you're going to need. It's also open backed, so there's no added weight from a backspacer, and as a plus, it's easier to keep clean as well. The flipper forms a nice finger guard for your index finger, and we've got a thumb ramp integrated into the handle as well for optimal grip positioning. As for carry, we've got a satin deep carry pocket clip, and that is reversible for left or right side carry in a tip-up configuration. The clip itself has inset screws as well, which is a really nice touch. Since they don't stick up, they're not going to catch on your hem and slow things down when you take it in and out of your pocket. And then when it is in your pocket, that lightweight and slim construction is going to help keep it out of the way until you need it. It's really going to carry very easily. Now, there's not a lanyard hole on these knives, but if you were looking to do something like that, if you look at the back, there are a couple of posts here that may not have been designed for it, but it would be a fairly easy place to add your lanyard. Behind those 2 posts on this OD green model, you can see we have a black backspacer. And on the outside, where that hardware screws in, we actually have a satin finished piece that mimics the pivot. But if you're hoping for a little bit more color back there, the black version is the way to go because we actually get an orange barrel spacer. Overall, I'm very impressed with these knives. Although it feels light, it doesn't feel flimsy. And that edge geometry of this model, I gotta say, that's something that really sets it apart from some of its competitors. It's not quite as cheap as some of the knives out there, but it is still very affordable. And I think the Steel Will Chatbot is gonna make my short list of inexpensive EDC recommendations. Be sure to let us know what you think of these knives down in the comments, and to get your hands on one yourself, click the link in the description below to head over to KnifeCenter.com. It's been finding its way into more budget-oriented... What do you think, good?
You doing all right, buddy?
Apparently not. And when it is your pocket... When it is your pocket...
When it is your pocket!
Hey, Mr. Pocket!
Will you be my pocket?